Don't even need the intro. The rules are I just can't press the jump button. That's it. It's that simple. That means I can't mantle over anything and I can't jump. Simple, right? So yeah, let's just go and do it. First cutscene, we meet General Shepard, who speaks only in one-liners.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. History is written by the victor. And here I am thinking we'd won. But you bring down one enemy and they find someone even worse to replace him. Yesterday's enemies are today's recruits. Train them to fight alongside you, and pray they don't eventually decide to hate you for it too. Same shit, different day.
We do some basic training, then go to the pit. I tried to kill Shepard early, but it turns out he's bulletproof. One time I did a really good run, but I jumped. For some reason I didn't unbind my jumping until much later. I don't know why. I'm gonna fail a lot until then, because I'm gonna keep accidentally pressing it. The game tells me to play on veteran, and I'm not going to do that. Something happens up here. I'm not really sure what happens, because while we're in the pit, nothing's happening, and we get out, sirens start blaring, and there's a bunch of people who are injured. We hear Shepard glazing the Marines and himself.
We are the most powerful military force in the history of man. This is a time for heroes, a time for legends. History is written by the victors.
Get up, Frank! Rangers lead the way!
We get in car, thing goes boom, drive car down alleyway, then we get ambushed. After gunning down some surrendering enemies, Mr. Allen here was apparently good enough to get promoted straight to a CIA member. Cliffhanger. I thought it was going to be over here, but apparently it wasn't. There's a big jump here and I thought you had to jump, but apparently you didn't. Which is good for me.
Editing me here. It turns out I'm a fucking idiot and I did jump. Look. I went back to check if I did jump or if the camera looked weird. Alright, moment of truth. Am I an idiot? Oh, wait, I'm not. It makes me auto jump. If I'm running, look, I'm not pressing the jump button, I swear. What? It does it automatically. I don't even have to press anything. Okay, look, all I'm doing is walking, going forwards and running. Not pressing anything. Not even pressing the ice picks. Whoa, even if I just walk off. Even if I just slowly walk off. Without, all I'm pressing is W right now.
I scared this guy sitting on his chair.
Stay out of sight. You've 11.
Soap bashes this guy's head into a wall and stabs him in the neck. This guy also had really weird, like, slimy eyes, so it's probably good that he's dead. While I was collecting this iPad thing, we get spotted. As I was about to surrender, I accidentally slipped and hit the explode everything button. We do standard holiday activities like riding snowmobiles and killing all the locals. We escape.
When he has no rules, no boundaries, he doesn't flinch at torture, human trafficking, or genocide. He's not loyal to a flag or a country or any set of ideals.
We got that one mission that everyone knows about. You know, the one of the vending machines that shoot out a bunch of cans when you break them.
Did you know in the Japanese version they incorrectly translated, remember, no Russian, to kill them, they are Russians. I don't even know how they mess up that badly when translating.
Anyway, after committing our horrific crimes, Makarov tries to dap me up, but the connection was so terrible he had to kill me. You know, when I was younger, I thought there were two different endings to this mission. I thought that if you shot no one, he would shoot you, and I thought that if you shot people, he would let you live. Where we're gonna track down this arms dealer. Clearly has a J-tagged Xbox or something, because he's got the hacked-in Desert Eagle with infinite ammo. How much destruction he causes with just one Desert Eagle. He didn't turn God mode on, so I managed to shoot him in the leg. We go into the favela, which gives me flashbacks to the Spec Ops mission. I also get flashbacks to completing this mission on veteran. Even on regular, it's pretty difficult. We get the return of the crazy Russian guy of the Desert Eagle, except it's his Brazilian version instead. There's a crazy Russian guy of a Deagle who I kill. Trying to get through here without jumping is kind of annoying. So far we've been good, we haven't had to jump once. Soap pretends to be Prime Goldberg and spears him off the top. And literally at the end of a mission, like an idiot, I pressed the jump button. But there was a checkpoint like 5 seconds before, so it's okay. Anyway, now we're in America. I'm with the first dilemma, a ladder. Does a ladder count as jumping? Well, I don't press the button to climb the ladder, I just go into it, so I'm not going to count it. I need to specifically press the button to jump or climb, so we're still good. It's a really long mission for some reason. And just like that, we're done with the 6th mission, no jumping, no climbing, but we reach our first true obstacle of the game. It's called the Hornet's Nest. Not only is this mission actually kind of difficult on regular, which gave me flashbacks of completing it on veteran, I managed to get through it anyway. But then we get to this part where I have to climb over a wall. There are some specific things here that really help me out. It's the one of a few times in the game where there's no enemies and you have infinite time to try anything you want. So I went around trying to find ways to get up. First thing I did was try stand on these props here, but it didn't seem to work. So I tried getting on the roof next to it and see if I could climb up there. Going up this wooden pallet, but it didn't work. I look around in nearby buildings for props to see if I can push them around and jump on them. Couldn't really find anything helpful, so I go back to the tires. Try throwing a grenade at it to see if anything would move. Nothing moved, except for this guy. And then when I ran to the tires, something really weird happened. I don't even know what happened. I did not press the button, by the way. It just like auto climbed up the wall for me. I don't know what happened, but I wasn't going to complain. Anyway, the trouble's not done yet. We have to jump to another roof, but you're supposed to fail it anyway, so it doesn't matter. And we reach another problem in this mission. The game wants me to jump to this ladder, but that's not going to happen. First thing I try is walking off onto it. It didn't work. I tried going on some nearby debris to give me some kind of height advantage. That also didn't work. I wait until the timer runs out. Nothing happened. I tried going to the edge, but it just slides you off instantly as soon as you touch it. I tried going back up the slope I came off of. Didn't work. I wait up here and turn around and see there's literally no one shooting us. It's just random bullets that spawn in. I try wiggling my camera as I fall. It didn't work either. I tried this concrete again. It also didn't work. I can climb up onto these props, but they don't help me get anywhere. I try getting off speed to use the concrete as a ramp, but it doesn't work either. I remember hearing about an FPS bug that could increase your speed, so I turned down all my graphics settings to the lowest they can possibly be. For a few minutes the video quality might be bad. I tried watching speedruns to see what they did, but they just jumped on it like normal. I tried failing and falling at the same time, but it didn't work either. There are times where I definitely should have grabbed it, but it just wasn't registering. I did, however, end up finding an exploit to get out of bounds. If you walk really carefully around this corner, you can get over here. I then tried falling onto the rocks and then jumping off, but didn't work either. I tried jumping off the thing entirely to get onto it, but it didn't work as well. Like I should have grabbed the ladder at these points. I was fearing that there may have been a problem that wouldn't let me go. I think the game had a system that you had to specifically run and jump, otherwise it just wouldn't let you progress. I ended up falling out of the map, but this doesn't help me at all. I then tried looking for more spots I could glitch into, but I couldn't find any more. Half an hour has gone by and none of the methods I've tried seemed to work. I had a theory that the game would not let you progress unless you were specifically running and jumping at the same time. I tested this theory by walking off but jumping, and it wouldn't trigger, but when you run and jump it triggers instantly. So can you beat this game without jumping? No, but I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to see how many jumps and climbs it takes to beat the game. So right now we are at 1. Next mission we have is Exodus, which happens to be the most forgettable mission in the game. Literally nothing important happens here or interesting gameplay wise. I bet 70% of the people who played this campaign don't even remember this mission. We complete it with ease and add it to the list of missions completed without jumping.
Next we've got the mission of the breaching stuff. No roadblocks here, just some good slow-mo. We get it done, then go to the gulag, or gulag. Most of the mission is a breeze, but we get stuck on this one part here. They want me to mantle over these bars. I just can't do that. Thankfully no one's shooting at me and there's no time limit, so I can experiment a lot. I wandered around the area I was in, but I couldn't really find anything around the area to help me. So I checked speedruns to see if they just skip this section entirely, but they just jump over the bars like normal. I loaded the checkpoint to see if my allies could push me over the bar. They don't seem to help, but I noticed this prop on the floor, and then I ramp off of it to get over, so we're still good. Soap has a reunion with Price, because the last time Price saw Soap was when he fell off the cargo ship.
Stop it!
Nice. This belongs to you, sir. Who's Zoe?
You just had to fucking ruin it, didn't you? The whole place falls apart, but we managed to escape. Anyway, we're back in America, in the mission of their own accord, which is a really cool title. I see this intel on the floor, but I can't grab it without jumping. Thankfully I can just jump, grab the intel and then load from the last checkpoint. Things were going good until this happened. I then spent the next 20 minutes experimenting, looking for anything I could do. Trying to climb on things, humping the wall, opening speedruns. Fortunately, I came to the conclusion that there was literally no way up, except for mantling. That's another one to the count. After climbing up, the worst thing that could happen happens.
You fucking with me, right?
More stuff here that could help me than in the room below, however. There was this prop I could ramp off of, but it never led to anything useful. There was a wooden plank but it wouldn't let me go up it, and for some reason if you go prone next to it, it just soft locks you. After reloading a checkpoint, an enemy managed to spawn up here. Unfortunately that didn't mean anything. I did however find out a way to walk across to this side, but there was literally nothing here to help me, so I had to bite the bullet and mantle once again. Anyway, we get through the rest of the mission with ease, and another thing the game wanted me to climb over, and this time even more restricted. Not only was there a timer, but it was in a much smaller space and there were enemies constantly coming up the stairs to shoot me. This left very little room to experiment. After humping the wall for a bit, I realised I had to mantle one more time. This was really unexpected for me. Of all the missions in the game, I feel like this is the one I would have the least trouble with. Oh well. We get in the helicopter and it crashes. And then this guy dies, and it's very, very sad.
Take this and stay down!
Anyway, we're back in the shoes of Sergeant Gary in the mission contingency. We have the typical COD snow mission.
So add that to the checklist.
Captain Price sees the war happening over in America, and he decides to launch a fucking nuclear missile into America. And that causes the ISS to blow up. What? Anyway, contingency done, second sun starts. Everything is falling out of the sky. We make our way through the office buildings, and then they want us to climb over a wall again. Why in America do they want us to climb over walls so much? It's like the 20th time. Or more realistically the 5th time, but that's still a lot of times. I see a bulletin board and it's completely static, I can't climb up it. I try pushing some props around, no luck there. I check the speedruns, they just mantle over it. I try going back to where the mission started, but that doesn't help either. I found these cones, they didn't do anything. I tried seeing I could fly off fast enough from the point we drop off, but as soon as I walk off the thing, gravity pulls me down really fast and I can't do anything. This is another thing that I have to mantle over. Next we have the mission Whiskey Hotel, which means the White House. We fight our way through the White House and run to the top. We have to pop a flare before they call a Harrier strike on us. Next we have the mission Loose Ends, where we tie up some loose ends. Me and Task Force 141 go through the forest on our nature walk, but some stupid kids decide to put some bouncing betties. We do some more slow-mo breaching. Our mission is to find Makarov in his safe house. Unfortunately, while he was not there, he left his gaming PC there, and we were going to download his Discord chat logs to try and get him cancelled. Unfortunately, he had like half the Russian military to himself, so we had to fight them off. While fighting them off, I noticed this stuff on the wall. I don't know how that got approved and put into the game, and how they didn't. Did they not check? Did they not check before rendering the pic? I'm not going to ask any more questions. Anyway, we download all of the chat logs and then go to the helicopter. Unfortunately, while running there, I get injured, but Ghost drags me to safety. As we approach the helicopter, Shepard lets us in, and apparently on those Discord chat logs, we managed to find the real location of Makarov's safe house. So we go there to end Makarov. Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
What?
Now we're soap in the scrapyard. Fight our way through and get in the car. Unfortunately, our driver spilled his jam everywhere and he passed out due to how tragic the loss was for him. I took the wheel, drove it into the back, and that's 3 missions done without jumping. Apparently Shepard built up an entire private army and they're all in this location. We send them all to their graves and then breach through this door. I press F to open the door lock and everything blows up. And we get a callback.
Since when does Shepard care about danger close?
What?
Hey, isn't this danger close for the task force? Since when does Shepard care about danger close?
Shepard's escaping on a dinghy, so we hop in our own dinghy. But in our own dinghy, we've got that Hans Zimmer playing. I somehow managed to break the cutscene. We wake up and we see 2 soldiers still alive. I kill the first one, then spare the second one because I'm really kind. Before I end his life, I want to hear some of his best one-liners.
You know what they say about revenge? You better be ready to dig 2 graves.
Unfortunately, while he's speaking, the dickhead I spared keeps trying to shoot his gun at me.
I knew you couldn't do it.
Excuse me, Shepard, I know you're really deep into this conversation you're having with yourself right now,
But you could
but I gotta go and kill this guy. Alright, I'm back.
to do what was absolutely necessary.
I start trying to clean the rust off this barrel with my knife, but Shepard breaks his law of physics, grabs me, gives me a concussion, and stabs me in the stomach. He says some more one-liners, that would be his last.
Blink of an eye, and the world just fucking watched.
Right before he puts one between my eyes, Price saves me. He kicks his revolver and I start crawling towards him. Fortunately, he kicks out of the way and stomps me in the face. They proceed to have an MMA match right in front of me. Price starts losing and I realize there's only one thing I can do.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Let's watch that one more time. In slow motion, in slow motion. Just beautiful. Anyway, I send the pointy end of my knife into his left eyeball. We get rescued, credits roll. So, can you beat this game without jumping? No, even if you found a way to skip those mantles in later missions, you still wouldn't be able to get through the one in the hornet's nest. Anyway, thanks for staying with me in this journey.